Here you go, boys. Say, you both look like you got a furphy or two to tell.
G'day everybody and welcome to Crackin Furphys, the podcast where we throw some furphys at each other and see if we can bloody guess them. Join me at the bar of my good mates, Dan, Ash and Tom. Boys, it's good to have you here. It's another bloody weekend. Let's let loose and have some drinks. So let's go around the bar. Let's see what we're drinking. Dan, what's accompanying your tongue today?
Today, we have the Pirate Life Earl Grey IPA.
Oh, that sounds all right. Pirate Life. That's not too bad either. South Australian. Supporting your city, Adelaide.
Giving it a try.
Yeah, it's not too bad. He's got the fancy glass again, boys.
Hello. Get that aroma up your nose.
Ignore the pour. This is shocking.
Yeah, that head isn't too great for the audio listeners.
It's a good thing I'm not a bartender because I would sack myself for that.
And the drink isn't great either.
Well, look, Dan, we know you haven't been in hospitality for like a couple of weeks at this point, but what's happened
I've lost
to
all
that
my
bloody
touch.
pour?
I've lost my touch. One week away from a kitchen and it's gone.
It's gone down the shitter. All right, Tom, what are you drinking today?
Mate, it's been a while in between drinks, but I thought I better, stick to the namesake and really get up there.
Yeah, on the furphy. Very nice.
Get right in there.
Do you enjoy your furphies, or are you just trying to play up the podcast a bit, try and impress the rep?
No, I enjoy them. Sorry about that. I'm getting a bit of an echo from the old streameroo on my phone, but no, I do enjoy them. They're good.
Nice.
Quite a tasty beverage.
Yeah, they are. They go down very nicely. And Ash, last but not least.
Well, I have taken Dan's place on the ethereal plane. I had a pretty big night last night watching the grand final, and I'm a bit dusty. I was going to crack a can, but I decided, nah.
Too many Luke beverages last night.
I saw you guys cracking them, though, and I got big FOMO, and I was going to go down and get one, but I'm in the second story. It'll probably take too long for me to go grab a can. You reckon?
I bloody dare you. Go on.
All right, Ash.
You have exactly 1 minute.
Seconds.
Oh, he's on the trot. He's running off.
He's running out the door. Quick, let's close this podcast.
Yeah. Well, for me, boys, I'm not on anything today. I'm just on the Woolies water. The Woolies water.
H2Os.
Yeah,
Stay
the H2O.
hydrated. Hydration is key.
Yeah, I've been really concentrating on trying to have enough water in my system this week, and quite typically, I really enjoy soft drinks. So this week I said, no soft drinks, no Coke, and over the course of the week, I've discovered that no, I'm not addicted to caffeine or sugar or anything. Well, I probably am addicted to sugar. I didn't have no sugar at all, but I think
Woolies water.
I went all right without them, but I'm just on the water.
Wow,
he's a hydro homie this week.
I'm a hydro homie.
Hydro homie, that's right.
Mate, so what did you pick?
I've gone with the Canadian Club No Sugar.
No sugar. We're on the health kick this week, lads.
Yeah, we are.
No, I just prefer, personally, the taste of the no sugar ones because they're nowhere near as sweet.
Yes, I also prefer the taste of chemicals.
They taste the most similar to other men that he could find on the shelf. So
yeah, right.
I just I think probably all of the Canadian clubs will have a lot of chemicals in them.
This is true.
Yeah, we had soccer presentations the other night, last weekend, I think.
Yeah,
and I was quite enjoying the CC and dries. I'm not usually into the CCs that much. I obviously quite like them, but it's not unless we go to the soccer club because they don't have Captain Morgan or Spice Rum of any variety. So I always default to the CCs, which I really, really quite like. I actually kind of wish I had one now, but isn't the case. I'm just on the water, just on the cracked water,
on the hard stuff.
It's funny that they don't have any rum or anything like that because I know the football club, like the AFL club, definitely do have that, and they're right next to each other.
Yeah, I mean we can get the Bundy and stuff, but I'm not so much. I don't really get the Bundy. Yeah,
don't exactly want to start a fight tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm more of the field.
Oh, we got John. We got John in the chat. He says Woolies water is the hard stuff.
And Drew, you were loose at Prezzo's apparently.
I was real loose, so I got there at 6 and left at 9. Bloody loose as shit.
Go hard, go early.
Is that the Jono, the super striker for the Millicent United team?
That is, yeah. That's his YouTube channel on the side there. Shout out to
it.
JRX1 Games with a Z.
So we know he's very stylish.
Yeah, we do.
That's how you know
Tom,
it
you're
means
at
business.
soccer presentations. You were the cook. You were cooking there.
I did my best to punch out a few meals before sobbing profusely after having to give out a memorial trophy of my own. I cried like a baby when I was on stage, and then I was like, you know what? I might follow this up with punching out about 100 meals in about 40 minutes. Why not?
You did well.
It's a
I
solid
quite enjoyed
warm-up.
my beef
I don't-
that I had.
Understand how you can do that. I don't think I could punch out 100 bowls of mi goreng in 40 minutes. Like, I just don't understand how chefs do it.
It's all in the preparation, and honestly, I wasn't the wizard behind the magic. I was just the face of the operation. He's like, you're slightly more handsome than I am. I'm a big busted, rough-looking bastard. How about you stand at the front, smile and wave at the kids, and hand them their chips and nuggets?
Well,
That's the highlight of my night.
after what you said before we started recording, I'm not sure that you should be allowed anywhere near children.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't be punching any processed chicken products at any children.
Says, give me those nugs, boys.
That is right.
Maybe
that is right.
the head chef there is just a big fan of John Richardson, I reckon.
You know what? He may have a soft spot for people that are slightly above average with word games. I don't know.
Oh, golly. I don't know if you guys have ever watched it, but there was a show in the UK called 8 out of 10 Cats. It was like a comedy panel show where they would, oh, so you know it, they would just like talk about news and stuff. But they'd done a version of that show where it's the same people, but they do the show Countdown, which in Australia is called Letters and Numbers. And it's the funniest thing. I've watched like all of it. It is so funny. And one of the team captains is like a guy called John Richardson.
Well, or me.
Yeah, well, Tom. Tom
Or
looks a
is a guy
lot like
named
John
Thomas
Richardson
Baldwin.
with his shaved head. And I sent a picture of that in the Discord before we started.
Another thing that I wanted to bring up, we got contacted. I'm not sure if it was post the podcast that I missed out on last week, or maybe even a little bit after that. But we have somewhat unofficially been ranked number 22. Sorry, not number 2, number 22 on the list of funniest Australian podcasts. But we're trying to gauge the reality and the severity of this list, because you know there's some podcasts that we think that might be missing that list that are fairly highly on our radar as well. But,
Oh, well, we just fucking punched him out. That's why.
I
mean,
think Donna
why
Ray
not?
got shit on us. Let's be honest. Mark Bonanno can suck my dick. Oh, so
Hey
the
boys,
first
you ever had custard before?
The first episode, I challenged Neil deGrasse Tyson to a boxing match, and now I think I'm going to be murdered by Mark Bonanno.
Nah, he's not going to murder you. He's just going to challenge you to see how much pud you can eat.
Oh, that's well, he'll probably
Force feed you a little bit of pud.
Be like
little
that
bit of
scene, the
Hey,
scene
boys,
from
you
Seven.
Have a little bit of pudding. Want your boys you like a bit of pudding?
Yeah, I would like those pudding.
We went from abusing them to becoming an Auntie Donna tribute podcast by the sounds of things.
Too much respect for those guys.
Yeah,
I
no,
do too.
they are brilliant. I don't
Yeah, it's
understand how we placed on that.
Every
rank, and
every
they
guy I
were.
know just loves them, but every female I know is like, fucking, why do you like these these guys? Because I'm watching their Netflix series, and Chantel's just there shaking her head.
Oh,
Being like,
we watched
what
that.
are you watching?
When that came out, we watched that all in one go, like every
Mm.
episode one after the other, and there was a moment where I had to get up and walk away. I was like, I can't handle this anymore. There was one specific scene when I was just like, this would be hard to watch if I hadn't been watching it for like 5 hours already, but I was just like, nah, I need to walk away from this for 10 minutes.
The MVP in that show is the bin that all the fake bodies get stuffed into. But yeah, I think that's, it may not actually be an achievement that we've achieved, but if it's a fake achievement, I'm still pretty bloody proud of it.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You,
so-
sir, are fake news.
We actually found out about it because I just got a random email from it. So it's from it's a foreign name, and I'm shit with just reading in general. So just like a foreign name just gets me. So Anjul Agrawal. I'm so sorry. I 100% butchered that. But we got an email from him, and he said, my name is Anjul Agrawal. I'm the founder of FeedSpot. I would like to personally congratulate you as your website, Crackin Furphys, has been selected by our panelists as the top 30 Australian funny podcasts on the web. I personally give you a high five and want to thank you for your contribution. I can't get it out. I was just laughing because there's just a sentence, contribution to this world. Jesus Christ.
I like the idea of the guy that made that list hearing
Nigerian prince. I love it.
I like the idea of him like hearing us, like that bit of you trying to read that, just like, well, they're off the list.
That's it, down to number 31.
I also just like, I was looking at the list as well, thinking like, I felt like because we were on it, it must be something to try and find some like undiscovered talent maybe. But then I was looking at the list and the Hamish and Andy podcast is number 5. I was like, well, that's obviously not undiscovered talent.
Yeah.
They're one of the biggest podcasts in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess counting up from us at 22, at 21 is Dragon Friends. At 20 is Mark Worthington Comedy. Then I Just Called to Tell You a Joke. The Darren Levy podcast. I guess he's in a car.
Or he's a pirate.
Arr.
Yeah, well, his album art has a car on it, so I assume it's a car.
He could be a pirate of the 7 highways.
You just love crushing my hopes and dreams.
Then we got Marty and Michael Fully Actual. Swords and Monsters, a D&D comedy fever dream. The Hard Yarns podcast. Stick to the Script. Don't know if you guys if you recognize any of these at all. Hamish and Andy's at number 5. Funny and Failure, number 4. Sitting Under a Tree, number 3. Number 2 is The Little Dum Dum Club with Tommy and Carl. That's funny.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
Then there's Filthy Casuals with Tom Dalso.
Tommy Dassolo.
That one I do know because a good mate of ours, he has so much Filthy Casual merch.
Yeah.
I used to live with a guy, and he has beanies, he's got hoodies, he's got shirts, loves it. He talks about it all the time. But yeah, Filthy Casuals is something that I have heard of. So I'm not totally ignorant on the podcast scale.
I just need to share something quickly that somebody said in my chat on Twitch. He's just jumped in. Polar Knights. I don't know if I've seen him in there before, but welcome. He has said, joining in, only thing he said, he's looked at all 4 of us and gone, sweet Jesus, it's the perfect evolution of beards. Which is just great, because I'm like clean shaven. Drew's got the tiniest bit of stubble. Tom's is a little bit there, and then Dan's got it all.
On the final evolution, boys.
It's like a beard staircase.
Can I reorder us?
Yes, please.
We have to do ordered by amount of facial hair.
So who's first, me or Tom?
No, it'll be Ash.
Me,
it'll be Ash, then
you,
Drew.
And then Tom that way, because it's mirrored. And then Dan, also still mirrored. I don't know why I went the other way again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. That actually killed me.
Oh, now I don't even know if that. Fuck it. Yeah, it works.
Okay. It's great for the audio listeners. They're just like, we don't give a fuck what order you're in.
They're just like, what?
In my head.
What's facial
order?
hair?
I thought that was going to go like a different way. Like, I don't know, just like, who are these idiots or whatever. But that was really funny.
That was very funny. That
has anyone else got anything that they want to bring up before we, get into cracking a few of our cheeky furphies?
Well, you're saying that as though you do have something that you
Yes, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
I've
what are we going to do? Oh, pressure's on, man.
Literally got nothing to bring up, but I just thought it would be an excellent time to segue into if someone else did,
Has anybody got anything they want to bring up? Everyone's just like, nah. I'm like, oh, cool. This is awkward. Time to crack some furphys.
Yeah, I've got something I like to bring up. They're called my furphys. You can crack them.
It's not awkward. I'm just a fuckwit.
No, we're just like, yeah, we've got lots of things we want to talk about, but not here, mate. It's wrong time.
Not here, not now.
Got some serious shit going on in my life. I just really don't feel like talking about it.
I'm gonna bloody take her to counselling.
But I guess just wrapping up the being on the Feed Spot top 30 comedy podcasts in Australia, because what a bloody title to have. We're going to impress the rep with that one. Something fierce, I reckon.
We're a step down from the Logies at this stage, surely.
Yeah, not far now, guys. Not far now.
Coming for those audio Logies.
Yeah. You audio
Or the
Logies.
Arias.
We could win an aria.
Ooh.
I'm surprised we haven't already, to be honest.
Well, there were the
followers.
Is this how we got on that list? Did you sign up for one of these links that just posted in our chat, Drew?
I'm scared because they said the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, I'm getting hit by some follow bots on Twitch. Just to the follow bots on Twitch, fuck off. Go away. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to buy followers. They're too expensive. Followers, they cost a lot. So I'd rather just earn them for free.
I don't want my mum to be disappointed in me 2 weeks in a row for the things that I posted on Facebook. All right, so just relax.
Oh, what did you disappointed with last time?
I think it was probably something to do with me saying, I can't even remember, but it was bad.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's probably best that I don't repeat I probably could look it up, but it's just going to take too long.
Paula Knights has elaborated and said that he can't risk growing a beard like that because I don't even know if I should read this, but I'm going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he said... I probably shouldn't read this, but I will. He said his girlfriend told me if I get a beard, she would grow a 70s bush. And after Googling and seeing what sadly can't be unseen, babyface it is for me.
There's nothing wrong with a very high quality and maintained landing strip, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got very distasteful very quickly, and...
I
think
prefer
that
just
says...
like a big helicopter pad to land on.
It's a circle with a H shaved in it.
Yeah, just like really intricate, just like this little tiny shave.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear. All right, boys, let's try and crack some furphys. Let's see what we're all about. Oh, there it is. There's the furphy. All right.
Boy.
Tom, since you're so confident, you cocky bastard.
I am one cocky fuck this week. Sure. Let's jump into the first round, and I reckon I got a.
You mean you don't want to do this in order of facial hair?
Ooh, that's a challenge.
Yeah, we could do order of facial hair.
Fuck it. I'm going first. I'm up here. I'm in the right.
Yeah, now you're on the stage, mate. So
that's right. All right. So, title number 1: Couple mistakes abstract painting for interactive exhibit and paints over the artist's work.
Oh shit.
Oofed.
Second title: Cayman Islands snorkeler follows squid to man's lost wedding ring.
Wow.
And third headline: Man hijacks taxi, delivers 2 passengers before fleeing.
Wait, sorry, I missed the second one. Can you please read that again?
Cayman Islands snorkeler follows squid to man's lost wedding ring. Right. Would you like to have a little peek behind the curtains to each of those little titles?
I would love to see the inner workings of these stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first headline: the couple that mistakes painting for interactive exhibit. The painting was displayed along the paint cans and brushes that the artist used to make it, which the couple mistook for an invitation to collaborate. In March 28th, a young couple in South Korea made the mistake of a lifetime. They spent their Sunday at Lot World Mall in Seoul and spotted a rather eye-catching painting in the street noise exhibit. Taking the paint buckets and brushes lying below the work as an invitation to collaborate, they happily contributed a few strokes of their own and ruined a $440,000 painting.
Fucking hell.
Expensive day out.
That's it's not something you want to bring home to the parents. Hey, can I get a small loan?
I just painted over this bloody expensive painting. So how much was that? 50 grand or something, mate? It's like, no, it was 4 times that, mate. just
$500,000. It's nothing big.
Was it Banksy? Was one of the artists Banksy?
It doesn't. Well, or maybe I didn't dig deep enough to find out who the actual artist was, but no, it's not written here as a Banksy.
Oh no, I just meant like was one of the people that painted over it Banksy because he just.
Oh, I hope so.
Street art.
I hope so. I hope that he writ piss and wind over the top of the original guy's painting. All right, second one. Cayman Island snorkeler follows squid to lost man's wedding ring. A woman snorkeling in the Cayman Islands said a squid led her to a ring that she was later able to reunite with its owner. James Ross said that he'd only been wearing his wedding ring for about 6 months when he lost it scuba diving with his wife, Christy McMillan, at Eden Rock. The actual quote is, "I lost it at some point during the dive, and although we searched for it high and low afterwards, we had no luck in finding it," Ross told the Cayman Compass, which is a local newspaper. The last one, man hijacks taxi and delivers 2 passengers before fleeing. A man has recently been charged for motor vehicle theft. On the early evening of September 15th, a taxi cab was stolen by Aaron Carvey, a Caucasian male in his mid-30s, from a busy taxi rank situated down Hollywood Boulevard. Carvey acquired the yellow top taxi from the scene and proceeded to pick up a couple before dropping them off at the famed Capitol Records building that towers above the 101 freeway. After completing his fare, Carvey then fled from the scene and was later apprehended by authorities who had been tipped off by the woman who had seen her taxi drive off while she was having a smoke break.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yes.
I told you I was confident this week, and I think that I've probably got everyone but Ash because he's a cocksucker. And he always guesses mine.
Bloody cocksucker.
They always suck your cock too, apparently.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I agree. Why not?
Yeah, well, someone's got to do it.
Definitely, this fist ain't going to bump itself, if you know what I mean.
All right, I think I'm just going to stab. I always think about these for too long. I'm just going to stab. I think I'm going to go with number 2.
The Squiddy boy.
Yes.
I've also got a vibe towards the Squid Game.
Yeah, so I was feeling number 2 as well.
But has he bluffed us?
Yeah.
It's a sneaky little devil.
You don't think a squid is capable of finding something precious buried deep in the underwater landscape?
No, I do.
That is the Cayman Islands.
I got a lot of faith in squids, man. Have you played Splatoon? They can shoot guns and everything. They're good.
Have you seen The Matrix? They maintain the physical world.
And control it.
Exactly.
I think that movie was very hard to follow.
Yeah, I'm going to go number 2 as well because if I get it wrong with all of you, I don't feel as bad. But if I'm the only one who doesn't gets it wrong, I'll feel pretty upset. So number 2 it is.
See, I'm between number 2 and number 1.
So
I am too. But
just notice no names are used in story number 1.
Okay.
But am I reading too close to this?
Now,
yeah, flying close to the sun there, Dan.
are you locking that in Eddie Maguire style?
Wings of wax and feathers, Dan.
You know what? You two are sticking with number 2. I'm going to fly close to the sun.
Ooh.
Will I burn it, crash and burn? Will I fly out of the atmosphere? Let's go with number 1.
So is Dan going Icarus or has he stuck the landing?
I'm sorry to tell you, but I busted all your bubbles.
Oh,
and the Furphy was number 3.
Crash and burn.
Well done. Well done.
I was feeling confident this week.
Yeah, that's the only story where I was like, nah.
That's too plausible.
Exactly.
I think the only reason I actually decided to go for the second one just straight off the bat, I think there was... You probably just read it wrong, but I think something that you said was worded wrong. And I was like, it sounds like he's typed that and it's just poorly typed. But I don't know. You may probably just read it wrong.
it could have just been that I'm terrible at reading things I have written down. But I will link the website that I got the information from later on, and you guys can read up all about the couples painting over an expensive painting and the
Squid ring.
Very
apparent
very-
treasure
sorry.
radar squid.
Very timely sound effect there from you, Drew.
Exactly. No, so that's me done.
Excellent job, Tom. Who wants to go up next?
I'll go next if.
All right, Ash, Goose, you're up.
Alrighty. Story number 1. Kangaroo feet oil secretions discovered as possible cancer treatment. Story number 2. Oh, these are all animal themed again, by the way. I seem to do that a lot. Wallaby escapes Scottish petting zoo, visits nearby pub. And
Sounds Australian enough.
Scottish petting zoo, but
Yeah, but it's an Australian animal.
oh, that's true. Yeah,
Also sounds very Scottish.
yeah. living the best of both worlds. And story number 3: escaped bull captured after 2 months on the loose in Long Island. All right, I'll give you a quick bit of information on each of them. So, the story number 1, the kangaroo foot oil. Australian medical researchers at Melbourne's RMIT University have discovered an oil secreted from the feet of kangaroos has potential amazing cancer-fighting properties. The oil has been found to attack cancer cells and destroy them with minimal damage to healthy surrounding cells. The oil is secreted when the kangaroos receive abrasions or lacerations to promote healing of the kangaroo skin, which led researchers to look into possible medical applications of the oil. Story number 2. A wallaby escaped from a Scottish petting zoo just hours after being delivered to the facility was spotted hopping outside a local pub. Nikki Johnston, who runs the Walk Mill Menagerie Petting Zoo near New Deer, Aberdeenshire, said the 6-month-old wallaby Eddie was one of 2 wallabies brought to the attraction on Sunday night alongside a giant tortoise and 3 meerkats. Yeah, that story's pretty self-explanatory, so the information sort of has nothing to do with the actual story. And same with this last one. Story number 3. Animal rescuers in New York said a bull that was on the loose for 2 months after escaping slaughter in Long Island has been captured and is headed to a new home at a sanctuary. The Suffolk County Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals said the bull, nicknamed Barney by locals, was located Wednesday night at a former duck farm in Mauritius? I don't know how to say that.
Mauritius.
Yeah, it was in a different country. They found it in Mauritius.
Just a quick jaunt over the ocean.
There's one water savvy bull.
I want to say my ideas last because I'm fairly certain I know which is the furphy. I don't want to sway anyone's decisions.
My immediate thought is, how does a bull stay undetected in a residential part of New York City for 2 months?
Was there a bull there anyway,
Well, I don't know, man.
You guys obviously haven't played Pokemon Go. There's fucking tourists all over that landscape.
Yeah, well, Tauros, who is the bull Pokemon, is native to, is exclusive in North America. So maybe they're referring to a Tauros in Pokemon Go.
I'm pretty sure they aren't, but if you guys want to go on that logic, be my guest.
And then we've got the Scottish wallaby at the pub. I'm thinking that sounds plausible, especially combined with the fact that Ash struggled to pronounce a place name in that story.
Aberdeen!
It was Aberdeenshire? Shire?
Aberdeenshire. Yeah.
Aberdeenshire?
Aberdeenshire.
Loch Ness Monster!
Aberdeenshire.
And then we've got kangaroo oil.
I mean, I've heard of snake oil before.
Yeah, you sell it.
Yeah.
Snake
Goes well with those chicken nuggets.
Let's just firing snake oil and chicken nuggets at kids, mate. Like, that's what I do.
What are you thinking, Drewby?
Yeah, I think I know nothing about any of them, but I mean the bull. I know nothing about Long Island either. Could have like
They do a nice iced tea.
I was about to say that. It'll get you
They're
riggedy
alcoholic.
wrecked.
They're very alcoholic.
They are very alcoholic.
Marge Simpson is a fan.
All right, I'm going to take a stab in the dark. I'll go number 3. Thank you, Ash.
Lock in number 3, Eddie.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to?
No.
Just Drew this time. All right. No
I want to
worries.
wait for Danos Direct to make his selection, and then I'll say mine.
I will lock in number 3 as well.
Ooh, okay.
Two for the bull.
Hope I didn't sway the wrong way. I probably did.
The grin on his face tells me that you're
No,
both
he fucking
dead
loves it.
wrong.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
I'm
feel
going
that.
with number 1, just because I feel like this hits a little bit close to home, and it's something that I've done a little bit of research on.
Ooh.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, I can confirm with you guys that if you mess with the bull, you get the horns, because that was a real bull, and he was found at a duck farm not in Mauritius. And Tom has hit the nail on the head. There's no such thing. I don't even know if they have oil in their feet. And I've just laughed. I was reading it back because I typed all that out myself. And on the bottom line of the story, I've spelt kangaroo with a C.
That's how you know he's really Australian, because he's a kangaroo.
And see, with number 1, I was just like, that sounds bullshit, but it's one of those things where I just keep on second guessing myself. It's like, oh, it's probably sounds bullshit, but he probably put it in there because of that exact reason. It's probably fucking true.
I did actually do quite a bit of thinking about that, because I know that lots of big medical research happens in Australia, like penicillin medical applications and the ultrasound were both invented in Australia, because there's a massive institute for medical technology here. But I couldn't work out what it was. I was like, RMIT will do.
But you did do that justice in the fact that, you know, when we shared an apartment in Melbourne together, I would quite often travel past RMIT in Melbourne, getting to and from work. So good on you.
Thank you. Well, good on you for picking the first as well.
Good on you, Ash. Bloody, you're a champ, mate.
Mate,
Good on you, Ash.
you don't bloody become a skinhead without having the old seasons.
What?
No, when you're talking the cancer talk is a bit of bullshit.
Oh, no, Tom.
Well, if we weren't cancelled before, we definitely are now.
Down to number 23. Am I right, boys?
Mate, I think we've been pushed down to 100 after my comments.
You were better when you were in the chat.
No, I was better when I wasn't on the show. Let's be real.
All right.
Unholy conversations happening.
Jump in now.
Go for it, Dan.
All right. Story number 1. Russian police on bear watch during Siberian forest labor. Story number
Can you
2.
please repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah.
Story number 1. Russian police on bear watch during Siberian forest labor. Story number 2. Traffic stopped on the I-5 as kangaroos escaped from private zoo near Olympia, Washington. And story number 3. There's a boot in my snake. Snake mistakes man's slipper for food, undergoes surgery to have it removed.
A snake. Jeez.
Well, I do know that snakes can eat things very, very large, and if the
Jam
thing
them
was
in their
made,
stomach.
if it was made of leather, it could very easily have mistaken that for food. But would a slipper be made of leather? Leather. That is
Leather.
all the leather, Kronk.
Could have been a set of Berkeys. That's all I'm saying.
Would you guys like to hear more about these stories?
I would love
I sure
to.
would. Inform my decision, please.
Alrighty then. Story number 1, the Russian police. Giving birth in a Siberian forest during bear mating season wouldn't be most women's first choice, but that's what happened to one new mother in Russia. Alexandra Matrosova was 40 weeks pregnant and helping her husband and relatives to fish near the town of Mirny in Russia's far eastern Sakha Republic, Yakutia, when she went into labor at midnight. The family's car got stuck in the taiga, a vast swathe of coniferous forest with large areas of boggy ground, leaving them no choice but to call emergency services. But the remote location posed a challenge for paramedics. They ended up arriving on foot after being able to pass through the taiga's marshland. Also in attendance for the birth was an armed police officer tasked with helping to ward off any overly curious bears. Bears are now in mating season, which is dangerous, a member of the rescue team tells Komsomolskaya Pravda. Their huge footprints are everywhere. We were shooting and making noise for about 2 hours so that they didn't come close. Happily, despite the setting and the temperature hovering just above 5 degrees, Mrs. Matrasova delivered a healthy, happy baby girl.
I just quickly, when you said that the title of that article first, when you said labour, I assumed you meant like work. And then when you started reading it, I was like, hang on, this has nothing to do with what the title was. And then I was like, oh my God, obviously, yeah, giving birth is labour. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I 100% went like the complete opposite direction to where I thought it was going.
Story number 2. Traffic between Seattle and Portland was brought to a standstill yesterday as a mob of kangaroos escaped from a private zoo near the Washington state capital of Olympia yesterday. The pack of 5 red kangaroos escaped from the zoo of private collector Ben Buckley around 2 p.m. and proceeded to cause havoc for motorists driving between Oregon and Washington state. Luckily, none of the animals were harmed during their time on the hop. Nearby onlookers were stunned to see the Australian animals so far away from home, with multiple videos of the escapees making their way to social media. Police officers temporarily closed the road, diverting traffic to safely recapture the big marsupials. Mr. Buckley was fined $15,000 and advised he may need to relocate the kangaroos north to the Seattle Zoo for their ongoing safety and survival.
Maybe they just really wanted to go to IHOP.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to get their feet oil harvested.
Yeah, could you imagine like the people driving and seeing them bounce across the road? It's like, am I in Australia? What the hell's going on?
Why is everything upside down now?
I told you to take the last exit.
And then,
Bloody hell, now we're in Sydney.
And now we've got the boot in my snake. There are slippery snakes. Then there's this slipper-eating snake.
Oh, no.
How well do we know
python.
Dan's sense of humour?
A carpet python has confused a man's footwear for a feed, ingesting his right foot slipper in a late-night snack in a Haigsley home west of Brisbane last week. Snake-catching couple Sally and Norman Hill of NNS Snake Catcher were called out to wrangle the reptile after it was spotted indoors last Friday. An elderly man and a relative had come across it during a search for one of his slippers, which had gone missing overnight, days earlier. Once they saw the noticeable shoe-sized bulge in the snake's body, they started to connect the dots.
What type of snake was it?
It was a carpet python.
Okay.
So it was a rug snake, is what you're saying.
It was.
Oh.
I'm
Just on his face.
I'm going to call it quick and go, I think number 3 is bogus.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure carpet pythons are quite large, and I don't know that you'd be able to see the outline of a shoe that well in a carpet python.
It's just like a cartoon, just like cut out.
You just see the shoe. You see a little outline of Millhouse, which we was eating earlier.
I also think that the kangaroo one is true, just because, like, for whatever reason, I actually know the geography of those areas, and I was like, that all sounds very correct to how that area is laid out. And I know that Olympia is the capital of Washington State. So
Did you go there, Dan, when you went to the States?
I didn't go to Olympia, no, but I did spend some time in that area. Fun fact, Olympia is the home city of Nirvana.
Oh, there you go. I thought they were from Seattle.
They got their start in Olympia. But anyway, back to the stories.
I want to have faith in Dan not being the one that wrote all those god-awful puns in story 3.
Yeah.
Was the kangaroo one story 1?
No, that is it.
Was the kangaroo story one, or was that the bear watch?
The Bear Watchers story number 1.
See, that had a lot of Russian names in it, which makes me think that it's true.
Lord
I'm going to go
Sylvania.
with story 1, though. I have faith that you didn't write those puns. I'm going to go with the bears.
I've got no faith. I'm going 3.
Yeah.
But no, he's got a great set of stories. I know I'm not very confident in number 3, but
I'm actually surprised you didn't. I've slipped a couple of North Melbourne kangaroo stories into my Furphy this week.
Oh,
Ben
no.
Buckley is the CEO of the North Melbourne Football Club.
son of a bitch.
And I was chucking out a little jab of the kangaroos moving north to the Gold Coast. Story number 2 is the Firth.
Oh, you bastard.
Kind-
Well done.
Kind
Well done.
words there from Keenan
So-
Hutchings on the cat too.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Hey, Keenan, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us. Nothing better than cooking the Sunday BBQ, having a beer, and listening to Crackin Furphys. There you go.
Sounds
Thank
like
you
a very
much.
pleasant Sunday afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
So unfortunately, that does mean the ABC Australia writer was throwing in all those puns.
Gosh,
No, he's got to entertain himself. He's got to entertain himself, Sam.
There's
Well,
no
you've
way
done
he's,
well on the Furphy there. It was really
Yeah.
good.
there's no
Excellent.
way he's getting on Australia's funniest 30 comedy
Yeah, I reckon
podcasts.
if there's anything so far in this podcast that's had us removed from that list, it was that.
All right, so now I'm actually nervous because no one, you guys have a clean sheet. So am I going to be able to get a clean sheet and just have no one guess?
No,
I don't
Tom-
think I will.
Tom
I'm not
got
that
mine.
confident.
Tom got mine.
Oh, I did.
There's a first time for everything.
Oh,
Usually,
I'm not nervous anymore then. That's all right.
usually you pull the wool over my eyes. Yeah, you got nothing to lose.
Nah, nothing to lose.
You've got nothing to druise.
Oh my goodness.
Nah.
You've got nothing to
I
goose.
could just feel
Nah.
it slipping further and further down the list.
I do like my name being one syllable because you can just chuck it in shit. Just have it work.
Jam it in there.
Yeah, but I don't know. If you've got to stretch it out to be Drews.
Yeah. I mean, not only can I see where I went wrong, I'm ashamed of it, but
Yeah,
yeah, let's move on.
You got to learn.
You said you didn't want to disappoint your mum specifically, Tom. Like, what the hell?
Your
No, I
mum's
did-
upset.
Didn't want to disappoint her because of all my bad comments on Facebook. Let's
No,
be
I
real.
know.
She can be disappointed in me in real time. That's fine.
Just head in hands because of the puns.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I'm a bit nervous. You
No
boys have
pressure
really,
now. No
really chucked it
pressure.
on.
I
So-
just got a spicy message from someone privately on Discord that's obviously watching. I'm not going to read it out because it's too spicy for this.
I think I know who it is, and I think it knows what it said because I think he might have said it in my Twitch channel as well. Yeah, we're not going to go there. All right, Drew, whenever you're ready.
I really want to hear it now, guys. I really want to hear
We'll
it.
tell you after we finish recording, hey?
Is it that bad?
It's
Is it
pretty
that bad?
It'll
Okay.
drop us down to number 24 on that list.
Oh,
it
mate.
got us off the list.
Just this podcast is marked under explicit. You can say bad stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. But if it exceeds that, then fair enough. Fair
Mate,
enough.
Look,
fuck
I
me
think
then.
we play the safe game and we leave it.
I think this wouldn't pass Australia's censorship laws on games. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'd get canned harder than
That's not
what
much
is
though.
it?
not much.
Disco Elysium. It's a 12-year wait for that comment to get passed and put onto Steam.
Yeah, that. Wow, is that bad? Well, okay. All right, so these are my stories. Story number 1: safety meeting ends in accident. Story number 2: Queensland woman who rode horse into bottle shop drunk put on probation. And story number 3: late adolescent pregnancy rates spike by 80% in Bar Harbor due to misguided Catholic sex education program.
Where was the location in number 3?
Bar Harbor. It's a small town in America.
Ah.
Just filled with bars.
Yeah, so many bars.
And on a harbour as
coast.
well.
Yeah, just
And
one harbor.
Many bars, just one harbour.
Spitting
Harbour.
bars. Maybe they're all rappers.
I feel like we should start a bar and just call it the Harbour.
Oh, we can if you want. That's seems like a lot of work and a lot of dedication to start up your own business.
Or
and
just
all that.
because you made a bad pun.
Or we could just rename the
I
beach
just
port pub.
followed on.
All right, Drew, is there any extra information?
All right, I just got a few dot points for each one. So the safety meeting. After a safety meeting at Kermit Community Centre, Richard Helcombe hit a pedestrian jaywalking across the street. And what's funny about this is they all both attended this safety meeting.
Oh, gee, guys.
So there's just irony to that one. The Queensland woman, Charmaine, who blew more than 4 times over the legal limit when she refused service at Logan City Tavern earlier this month. She's a 51-year-old and she was put on 18 months of probation. She's a confessed alcoholic. What's so funny? Sorry,
I have to share this. Polonites has just given me another banger in the Discord chat. Just said, this is a little creepy. Danos is showing off his undies on the drying rack.
They're all t-shirts. Thank you.
Audio listeners,
T-shirts and socks.
Dan
Dan
has his washing behind him.
Oh, that has killed me.
Well, there's nothing wrong with showing off your jocks. It's all right.
That is a t-shirt.
I mean, yeah, that would have been a massive pair of jocks if that was if that wasn't a t-shirt.
So I've actually been hanging out with Nicki Minaj's cousin, so I need them for my gigantic balls now.
He's had the jab.
How annoying was
those
that?
bad boys.
How annoying was that sort of bit where that was circulating around? It's like,
It's just like that is the epitome of like modern day like brain deadness.
oh, of course, just
How do you like to be her and to post that is just dumb enough in itself, and then for people to believe it and share it.
don't get your medical advice from fucking Nicki Minaj.
Can you guys give me a brief catch up on this because it's something that I've missed, and I've got something to follow up on
Okay,
this
so-
later.
Minaj shared a Twitter status. She made a Twitter post saying that her cousin, I think in the Middle East somewhere.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh yeah, that's it. Her cousin had the jab, or cousin's friend, or something like that. And after he got the jab, his testicles swelled up to like twice the size, and he became impotent. And it because it's like a pretty substantial claim, the actual health resources department in Trinidad had to research it to see if it was true, and it was just completely falsified. It was made up completely.
Basically, Nicki Minaj's cousin got an STD and was trying to blame it on something.
Yeah. And they actually
got accidentally outed to the entire world.
The health department had made a thing. They were like, they made a statement about it saying like, this is just like something that we had to look into because it was like just a pretty substantial claim, and it has completely wasted our time.
Wow. I'll circle back to this after we're done with Drew's round of furphies because there's something that I want to bring up that's
I wish
fairly
that was the furphy
substantial
dude
in itself. But
yeah,
I'll say that for later.
all right. So, where we at? So, yeah, story number 1 was safety meeting ends in accident. Story number 2 was Queensland woman who rode horse into bottle shop drunk, put on probation. Story number 3, late adolescent pregnancy rates spiked by 80% in Bar Harbor due to misguided Catholic sex education program. And the story with that is in 2017, they introduced a law in that state that actually forced the Catholic sex education. I'm just looking at Ash laughing. Sex education program to be put into all public schools, and because of that, I think a lot of the kids got the wrong idea, and like early 20s, just sex education just like spiked because pregnancy spiked because of that. So yeah,
Jesus is the only prophylactic we need.
He is.
When you're kissing, make sure to leave space for Jesus.
That's right.
3-way kiss. Love it. Right. I don't know.
I think the horse in Queensland is real.
It does sound like was it in Bundaberg? It sounds like a very Queensland thing to do.
I didn't know, sir.
Just rocks up with all the all the Bundy from the
Bathurst. I think I'm going to go with number 1. Yeah, I think I'll go with number 1. I'll go with what I first thought. Let's go with that.
I'm thinking number 3. And this could be completely way off the mark, but there's a season 3 of a certain show on Netflix has come back this week called Sex Education, which I think might have inspired Drew, because I'm pretty sure I know that Chantel watches that.
Oh, he's deep diving.
I personally haven't heard of it. I haven't heard of the show, but
You haven't heard
that's
of the show,
one mighty fine bluff.
The school subject.
I know this sounds like a cheap shot, but I'm going to go number 2. There would have been so many red flags to a woman riding a horse into a bottle-o. I mean, it's highly doable to anyone in Australia, but I just think they would have ushered her along. They wouldn't have served her, and they would have got the cops called on her either previously before her being served or after she's been escorted out. So I'm going to go number 2.
all right. Well, I can confirm that story number 1 is real. I can confirm that story number 2 was real.
Oh!
And story number 3 was the furphy. So well done, Dan.
Well done.
There we go.
You see? Now that's a frothy furf.
Yeah, thanks, Barman. It was a bloody frothy furf, wasn't it? So yeah, story number 3, made it up. But story number 2, do you want to hear about the? It's pretty self-explanatory. The first one, someone just got hit by a car on the way home from a safety meeting. It's just irony.
The ironing is delicious.
But story number 2, the Queensland woman who rode a horse into the bottle shop drunk. This was from 9 News, and there was actually like a news story that I wanted to play, but I haven't set it up at this point for the podcast. But reading from the story, a Queensland woman has been placed on probation after riding her horse drunk to a drive-through bottle shop. Charmaine blew 4 times over the limit when she was refused service at Logan City Tavern earlier this month.
4 times.
The disability pensioner tried to ride her horse through the drive-through bottle shop to buy more wine. Instead, she ended up in police custody. Today, the 51-year-old was sentenced to 18 months probation with the conviction recorded. She says she had no idea she was breaking the law by riding her horse Skippy, after drinking, and she's done it many times before. Quote, "Not only have I ridden my horse through quite a few bottle-os, I've never been refused service. I've never been refused service on my horse at the pub either." End quote, she says.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like anything that has movement or motion is considered a vehicle, and any vehicle that you can pilot or drive while under the influence is considered an offence, isn't it?
Yeah. What my question is with this especially is if you get into your car, you lose your license, you lose demerit points, all of that. But if you get in your horse, you just get arrested, and like obviously your horse license doesn't get taken away from you or anything like that. So like, what are the consequences apart
the horse
from
gets impounded?
Yeah, like you get community service and that, but yeah,
They turn it into glue.
Oh Jesus Christ! They just shoot the horse. Oh, that's a bit rough. But I think the good thing about this story is that she's a self-confessed alcoholic. So this was back in 2018. So hopefully she's overcome this and overcome her alcoholism.
She's reformed.
Hopefully. We'll might have to have her on the show one day. Just ask her how shit's going on. Like,
We should do the background work and try and track her down.
Yeah, sure. Just be creepy like that. Tom, you're the man for that. You track that the poor woman.
Why
Get her on the
not?
show. We'll send her a link in Restream, and we'll be at it.
That's why we got it, boys.
Exactly. It's accessible.
I don't want to keep sharing too much from the chat because it's not very podcast friendly, but Bolton Heights is just having a stab at me going, "Don't you have to be 18 to drink beer?" I'm 27. I look young. I'm not.
One day you'll be able to grow facial hair, Ash.
No,
One
I
day.
won't. We know that's a lie.
Listen, he is just jealous because of your youth. Hey, like he's just missing
I wish
the
I could
young
be
face.
17 still.
Oh, come on.
Man.
I get asked for ID every time just about I buy alcohol. It's so annoying.
I remember when I was working at Coles, some lady came to the front desk, asked for cigarettes. She's kind of short, looked kind of young, so I ID'd her. 36. 36.
Bloody hell.
She's doing well. Very well.
Yeah, she is.
When I shave my horrible stubble that I have, I lose about 15. I'm 30. I turned 30 this year. I still get carded to this day. So, like, I have to leave this shit on my face just to be taken somewhat semi-seriously.
Well, I've got a lot of tattoos on my legs. I'll go in there wearing shorts to, like, try to get them to not ask me for ID because it's really annoying. And they'll still ask. I'm like, come on, man.
You need the tattoo on your head. That's the problem.
I am 18.
I am 18.
Written in crayon. I am 12.
I am 12.
Paul and Knights again. Danos is so lucky his beard just says senior discounts. Sorry, that's pretty mean, but it was really funny.
Man.
Well, I mean, I haven't been asked for ID in a long time, so we might be onto something.
They asked to see your pensioner's card instead. Also, just quickly,
whippersnappers give me free shit.
when I was researching for my furphys, I was looking at Australian inventions to try and work out which place it is that does all the medical research, and I couldn't find it. But I did discover in the most Australian thing I've ever heard. This is what I was laughing about, Tom, before, and I said I can't tell you because it'll give away which one's fake. But in the wine cask was invented in Australia.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Of course.
We invented the goon sack, boys.
Speaking of goon, was at Dan's yesterday to stock up ahead of the grand final.
At your house.
Oh, at my place, the alcohol store.
D's.
Dan's house.
Old man at the front of the line checking out 6 casks of goon for himself.
For himself? Nice. Well,
Very concerning night on the Terps for that guy.
yeah. Hope
Mate,
he doesn't get on his horse.
That was a marathon of Goon of Fortune.
I've played that before.
That's a world of hurt.
Oh, actually, this is just giving me I'll quickly share with you a fun anecdote. I've been to Unify a few times, the heavy metal music festival, and the first time I went, this is like a 3-day camping one. The first time I went, I ended up playing Goon of Fortune with these random people I didn't know. It's a very, like, heavy metal is weirdly like the most community heavy.
They're bro heavy, aren't they?
Yeah, like community heavy music place, like music genre of music. So you go to like a heavy metal music festival, you can make friends so easily. Anyway, yeah, I played Goon of Fortune there because these people had actually brought with them to the festival a Hills Hoist clothesline and dug it into the ground to play Goon of Fortune. I've got pictures of it on my Instagram.
Impressive dedication.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine being the security guys when they bring that in.
They're just like, are they allowed to do that? We don't really know.
So are you going to do your washing while you're here? What's going on? Just, I really want to come to the festival, but I've got so much washing to do and so much stuff to do at home. I just want to try and multitask a bit.
They just had a lot of Dan's underwear on there, accompanying the Goon cast.
They've just got Nicki Minaj's cousin's gigantic underwear.
Listen, the guy that asked that, he shut his bathroom door this time, so we can't see his bathroom in the background. We just see his skid mark jocks. You know, he didn't even wash them. He just hangs them up to dry. Then he just scrapes off the crust.
And that
He uses it as garnish in his food.
That, my friends, is how Vegemite is made.
Yep. Then he,
Very
yeah,
yeasty.
that's exactly how Vegemite's made.
I think we've
listeners.
just dropped to the bottom 300 podcasts in Australia after
I'm just
that.
trying to insult everything that we have as slightly Australian culture-wise.
Which is fair.
Now-
well, let's be honest. Australia, like, apart from Indigenous Australians, is one of the most culture-heavy cultures in the world. Australians don't have much culture.
Just steal everyone else's.
Yeah, basically. I think that's the British, but we're like, what? We're basically British in the end, aren't
Exactly. We're the ones they didn't want. You guys are a little bit too shit to be British, shall we send you over there? Here, have some paradise.
Just get all the way over the other side of the world so we don't have to deal with you.
we? Basically,
Stay on that
exactly what
hot
happened.
rock.
Sounds like an RSL like sizzle steak thing that they serve you. You just have a hot rock.
That's Australia, and we're the steak.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we are too cooked.
Yeah. The thing that I want to bring up with, I started a new job recently, okay?
Yeah.
And I had to go get a medical. I'm not going to say where, and I'm not going to say who with, and I'm not going to say what company, because, because things got very dark as soon as I got in there.
Oh, no.
He led me into the examination room, and he was like, "How you going, young fella?"
Ooh.
Sat me down. He's like, "Have you had the COVID vax?" And I said, "Oh no, like it's taken a little bit of a while to book in. If we're booking in the place that we live, Mount Gambier, we aren't able to get until December. So I'm planning on doing it because I think it's a responsible thing to do." And he goes, "Tell you what, if you get the COVID vax, you're going to be dead in 5 years." And I was like, "You, sir, are a medical professional. You shouldn't be saying this kind of thing."
Really? Wow.
And it was full on. It was the most intense hour and a half I've ever spent with another human being ever.
Jesus Christ.
It was full on.
So what was he exactly? Like he wasn't a doctor.
I don't know if he was a doctor or he's qualified in some respect to be able to conduct a medical test on someone to see if they're fit to go to work. But he was next level. He was such a conspiracy theorist, and he went such in depth. Like I started to believe him. I was like, maybe I won't get the vax. This is sounding pretty bloody serious.
I guess I'll be dead in 5 years. So
you're like die in a car crash or something. You'll be like, I bloody told him.
But yeah, I was expecting crazy. A little bit of light-hearted banter between these things, like weighing a cup, he measures how tall you are, that kind of thing. But it got so serious so quickly. He was like, "If you haven't had the vax, mate, you're free to bloody whack that mask off, sit it on the table. You're not going to get me sick if you haven't had the vax." It was one of the most eye-opening things I've never experienced anyone that so vehemently thinks that their point of view is the right point of view, and there's no way you can change their mind.
That reminds me.
It's always that group of people as well that are like that.
Like reminds me of all the cases that have come out of the protests in Melbourne over the past week.
Oh, get me started. Like I understand in some regards people don't want to get the vax just because if they have legitimate reasons. Like if you don't want it, you don't have to get it. But those kinds of people that are trying to tell other people not to get it, that's where the problems lie.
Yeah.
And they spreading misinformation. Like I got it, and I just I want everybody to do it here just so that we can open up. Like I want freedom. I'm stuck in my house. I've been stuck in my house for just about 18 months, probably longer, and I'm really over it, to be honest. And all they have to do is get vaccinated, and then their life continues on. It's not like it's a bad thing. It doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
Oh,
what is your status of getting out of Melbourne, by the way?
I have no idea. I still have not heard a thing.
Update on that.
Maybe we should get Nicola Spurrier on the show.
In the course of starting my new job, have had to apply for border crossing to be able to, exit South Australia to go to Victoria and come back, because that's obviously where I live. It got denied twice, and I was like, I don't really understand. I live in South Australia, and I'm not going to see anyone. I'm not going in highly populated areas. I'm literally going across the border into a plantation to check the size of trees. And then coming back, I'm not having
just fell off.
Yeah. I'm not having any interaction with any other people. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not coughing in the face of anyone.
Oh, it's good.
I'm just going there. I'm doing my job and I'm coming home. And it has been denied twice. So I believe that the reason why Ash is having so much trouble getting in is the same reason I'm having so much trouble getting out. They just don't want anyone to be, have the freedom to do that at the moment.
I understand it, because they just if Delta gets in there, they probably can't stop it as soon as it starts, because that's what's happened here, and that's what happened in Sydney. And I understand them, like they desperately don't want it to come in. So I actually think now that because it keeps getting worse here, it's annoying as well because the longer it takes for my application to get assessed, the less likely I am to be approved because the situation keeps getting worse. And I actually think now that I'm going to get rejected. I'm probably going to be stuck here until the borders open. But we'll wait and see. I don't know. There's not much else I can do.
Yeah, I got my fingers crossed for you, man. I hope to see you here before Christmas, at least.
Yeah, it would be good. But apparently they reckon the borders will just be open by Christmas anyway. I'm not so convinced, but it'd be nice if they were.
I'll just bloody let it rip.
If only Dan Andrews and Stephen Marshall shared your sentiment, Tom.
You know what? I think that they should have a boxing match scheduled, and whoever wins gets to decide what the borders do.
I think that's just a natural conclusion we've all come to be honest. I reckon it'll be a great idea.
Like a all-in 8 Prime Minister, Premier, Battle Royale boxing match.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Scott Morrison just cowering in the corner.
Get Gladys in there, mate. She'd throw down.
Mark McGowan would be odds-on favourite for that, I reckon. Got that Western Australian anger.
All right, boys. Let's end it there. Anything else we'd like to say before we head on off out of the pub?
I love you all, and thanks for putting up with me and my bad jokes.
All good, man. More than happy to put up with you.
Get
man.
vaxxed so Ash can escape Melbourne.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like forcing people to get vaxxed. You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did, so I could leave my house.
Do your own research and come up with your own informed decision. It's the most
exactly.
intelligent thing to do.
Don't not do it because people are like, I don't give you 5G.
Yeah,
I don't even understand that. It doesn't make sense. What does that mean?
Considering that since I got vaxxed, my phone signal has dropped out a bunch of times. Don't think that worked. Don't think I get 5G.
Apparently, the thing with 5G is that makes you more susceptible to suggestion and basically labeling it as brainwashing. That's another thing that a certain person had said to me during a certain time in my life. I don't believe. All right. Sorry to
Enough
hold
of that
up.
serious stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us. If you'd like to support the show, you can go and check it out on podcast services. It's live every Sunday at 5 o'clock Australian Central Standard Time on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at iDruby. Go and check that out. Ash also hosts it as well on his Twitch channel. Ash, what's your Twitch channel?
It is goose_23 because apparently I'm addicted to geese.
Yep. And go and check it out as well. He streams video games and whatever he feels like doing over there.
Yeah.
And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Woohoo!
One second.